Craig, where are you, Craig?
Oh me, oh my. How are you, Craig Sullivan?
Happy Friday. What's going on there, brother?
Hey, I am so happy to see you, my friend. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to absolutely everybody. Of course, I'm Glenn Hausman. That's the one and only Craig Sullivan. This is what we call the Friday Night Audit. Today, we're coming at you not from the incredible new Radisson Red in Miami, but we are in Long Beach, aren't we there, Craig?
Yes, we are. We are in beautiful Newport Beach. Long Beach right up the road.
I love it. Absolutely fantastic. Craig, this is super exciting to see you because we are in a special period of time, very rarefied time, post-haircut, pre-Alice. How are you feeling? Because I know you're in the same situation as me.
Hey, look at this. You know, it's a milestone. I've had more haircuts this year than I did last year. So what can I say?
I absolutely love it. All right. So, Craig, we've got a guest. Why don't you introduce that individual right now?
We've got a very special guest joining us today. Mr. Jim Alderman, CEO of Radisson Hotel Group of the Americas, is joining the show. Jim, welcome.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man. So great to see you. How quickly did you decide to destroy your career by joining us tonight? Was it an immediate decision or did you have to?
At the very first available opportunity, I said, get me on that show.
I love it.
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
This is great. Something seems to be going on weird with all the comments and stuff like that. I wonder if StreamYard's having a little issue, but as soon as the comments start coming in, we'll start seeing
StreamYard is giving up on this show. StreamYard said this show is not worth it. We're not doing it.
And thank you, producer David.
No, Jim, it is so great to have you on board with us. We're super excited to have you here tonight. Listen, you got this brand new fancy hotel. I wish I was doing this broadcast from there because I think it fits the vibe of what we're trying to accomplish here.
Yeah, I love it. I love the new Red down there. I've been looking at videos, and we had a team down there on for the ribbon cutting, and then the grand opening is sometime in August, and we think it's going to really open up Red opportunities in Latin America for us because I think that's what it showed. You know, we're going to try to push it as much as possible in the U.S., but I really there's 2 of them in Latin America now, 2 of them here. In the U.S. and I think that right now the more explosive growth for this might be on the backs of Paul Ladon, who we hired down there to be our managing director and really pump some of those there. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a cool product. Would fit some of those dynamic cities.
Design is beautiful.
Yeah, but listen, we could talk about all this hotel stuff, but we have to
all next week.
All next week, live in person at Alice. But now that we've gotten comfortable seeing each other again, it's going to be more like this. So I hope you recognize me when we're there. All right. So Jim, listen, we've got a very important segment. We're going to get started with it right now. Oh yeah.
Jim, I'm sorry to interrupt, Jim. I just need you to understand how special this moment is, Jim. How special of a guest you are, Jim. We've been doing this show now for at least 3-4 months.
This is the 21st episode.
This is the 21st episode.
We're legal.
Literally, Jim, this is the
21st cluster.
The first time that Glenn has actually done that video package at the right time in the right space. So you made such an impression, Jim, that he was so focused that he had the video package ready to go. It only took 21 episodes and a CEO.
Fantastic. I'm honored. I'm honored. And I wouldn't expect anything less. I mean, Glenn always nails it every time we're together. So
thank you very much for defending me. I don't even know why Dave is allowed to stay on this show because all he does is insult. It's never productive. But what is productive is drinking tequila. And Jim, that's our featured drink for today. Usually we have a cocktail, but you're all about tequila itself. Why do you love it so much?
I am. I just a while back I wanted to develop a taste for something that I could just drink neat, and I am a huge fan of tequila. For some reason, it really doesn't. The high end tequila doesn't give you a hangover, especially if you don't mix it. I rarely would have more than 2 drinks ever. But honestly, for those who know me, I don't drink that often. But when I do, I like it to be something interesting. And so it's just so much cheaper to delve into super premium tequilas than it is super premium bourbons. First of all, you can't find super premium bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
It's just now we can, because we're in the hotel industry. And for those of you who aren't hotel or restaurant, I'm sorry. Yes, we can get happy if we can get,
Yeah, they should be.
I'll tell you, I'm sorry, because we can get happy if we want it.
Mm-hmm.
We can get blends if we want it. We can get Eagle Rare. We can get Elmer Tea. We can get it. I mean, we're going to pay for it, but we can get it. But I just don't appreciate it. Like, it doesn't do anything for me, and I don't understand. I'm not a the brown liquor. I'm just not nuanced enough for it, and maybe not sophisticated enough, I guess. So, it kind of just stops with this super premium tequila. I generally like it neat. Sometimes if it's super hot outside, maybe just an ice cube or two, and I don't mind a mixed drink as far as tequila. I like probably Palomas. The grapefruit based is probably my favorite drink, and I was gonna actually do that. I had the recipe already, and I'm like, I don't feel like buying that shit.
Yeah, man.
Never ever feel you have to make the extra effort for this show. Right? We're doing the bare minimum measurements, okay?
Yeah, and that's not usually how I drink it, but I do enjoy it. I do. I like the Paloma. I like the Tequila Sunrise. I like whatever. Margaritas are great. I don't really dig frozen margaritas too much. It gives me a headache, but I like margaritas.
Well, I'll tell you what I find really interesting is that when I was in college, my prime tequila drinking years, I didn't realize there was good tequila. I thought there was only the tequila that you drank and then you wound up passed out in someone's lawn for 2 days, right?
Of course, yes.
So, correct? Yeah.
I was going to say, but Glenn, tequila way back then was much different and not as sophisticated as it is today. So, were you drinking tequila or was it paint thinner?
Right. I think it's really sad that in my lifetime, tequila's become more sophisticated, but I have yet to. So I've got the tequila cam going tonight.
There we go.
That's
my
fantastic.
favorite brands over here. I know Craig loves the Terramana, the Casamigo. Oh, I love the Terramana. Craig loves the Casamigos. Tequila Mi Campo, Milagro. Jim, are you familiar with any of these? Because I know you've got a great collection. You're going to show off.
They're all superb. I think Casamigos is outstanding.
Yeah. That's
good every day. Yeah.
The emptiest of the
box.
box.
It's great. I got a Craig. I got a 1.5 of the Casamigos the other day. The Añejo.
Nice. Yeah.
So as you can tell, it's the size of your head.
Right.
So love that. Love the Añejos mostly, but what I really got into is I like the clear Añejos, and people are always like, "There's no such thing."
Yeah.
Well, yes, there is. They just filter out the color.
Right.
Añejo just means aged, and a couple of them. But the one I currently love, and because I'm kind of a nerd, so I kind of like the Beaker.
I love that.
I love it. Great bottle.
Look at this. And so this is a Dobel Maestro Dobel. Normally they're clear. Their clear Añejo is the Dobel Diamante,
right?
And you can find it really, really inexpensive, about $44 a bottle in most places now. It's outstanding. They'll sign off on the barrel. It is everything. It's made in a great way. They do use an autoclave to roast the plant versus. Like an El Tesoro, which uses like a stone, the stone ovens and that type of thing. But what I like about this Dobel Diamante is on tequila panel, it rated a 90, and by users and of this tequila app, it rates an 89.
Wow.
But there's just this really cool tequila app out there called Tequila Match. You should have that guy on your show. The guy who did that. He's very, very interesting. Yeah. I think you'd really like him.
That's like a really good idea. And maybe he'll send us some booze there. Kelly,
but it's a great app because I'll have it open, and in a store, and they'll be like, what are you checking? Are you checking our prices against something? I'm checking to see how this was roasted, because I want to know whether it was, whether it was chopped up and just fed in at a high speed and roasted at a high temperature very fast, because it's kind of proven that, the older way of doing it with the stone rollers and the crushers and in the stone ovens is a higher rated, tequila.
Wow.
But this is aged añejo, blended. It's their 50th anniversary edition, which is why it's kind of the cool shape. And it's I have nothing to do with the company or anything like that. I just like to explain it.
That's great.
And then
we like to learn all about it.
It's clear. Mm-hmm. And this, I will tell you a little bit about this shot glass though, because this is just cool.
That's pretty badass. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's heavy. It's nice. It's That's a really smooth tequila. Cheers to you guys. So that glass is by an artist named Jan Barbolio, and she's phenomenal. I think it's a she. Could be like Jan Michael Vincent. Could be a dude.
Could be.
I don't know. But phenomenal, and I really love. I didn't have all. I'm in a transition, Glenn. I'll show you around. Like you're in this is the apartment, because the house, everything's in storage. So I've got the Peloton in the back over there. I've got my concert posters, because I live like
I didn't recognize the Peloton. We have one, but there's always laundry over it.
At least you're honest, Glenn. 90% of America uses their exercise equipment to hang clothes on.
Jan, there's Jan, right? I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And fantastic stuff. Really great artist. But also, I'll show you the rest. It's a small collection, but that is a 90 on panel,
right?
And an 89 on consumer. This is actually a 91 on panel. This El Tesoro, and a 91 on panel and 90 consumer, which is about as high as it gets. So it's their extra añejo. But El Tesoro, I got turned on to years and years ago. It was one of the best tequilas back in the back in the days, Glenn, when we used to get to conferences kind of 2 days early, because those of us who never got to New York, unlike you who lived up there, but those of us, Florida boys who never got to New York and never got to LA, we used to come in when we were younger. We'd come in earlier. We'd have quite a fun weekend of local tourism oriented activities.
At what point in your career did you realize you should do that after the conference?
Yeah, and now all I want to do is get home pretty quick.
Yeah,
and now if I go out earlier, it's more to get acclimated and work out or something like that for totally different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but and then also Craig, we got a nice Don Julio, the
very nice,
or the 1942, the big one.
Love it.
And then one that is also impressive is this terrible name, unless you're a Jet, but it's called G4, and it's made the old-fashioned way. I mean, it's not anything new and funky, but it's really good.
Really good. Nice.
And that's and I really my collection is almost exclusively. I wanted to show you. This is the Tiffany Cooper bottle, because she gave me this years and years ago.
Great.
Probably
Tiffany's great.
She was still at Starwood, so it was at least Starwood.
Right, Starwood.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then I mix in just because, to me, Dan Aykroyd is not just an actor. I truly think he's an icon of all of the Americas, since he is Canadian. And so every time he comes out with a new Crystal Head, this is the Pride version. How cool is that? That
is freaking cool. And Jim, I've been, it's just perfect time for the segue. When it comes to alcohol, it's like the bottle takes you like 90% of the way to the set.
Oh God, yes.
And I think it's incredible, right?
Look, I mean, he's got this. And Craig, this is the wheat one. Remember? Did you see this one?
Yeah.
So this
is
the
beautiful.
Wheat. And,
very nice.
And then I got the regular. You got the big daddy. You got the giant one. I've got.
Yes, I do.
But I just saw,
it was a gift.
I just saw this one in the store. The Pride version. I'm like,
that's cool.
Hell yes, I'll take.
That's an awesome one.
It was very difficult not to buy all of them.
Yeah. You're right.
Because
You're right.
There are some places where you'd go to look for that, you wouldn't find it. I'll bet you can't find it in LA.
Right.
Probably not. I think you'd be lucky, and hard pressed to find it in San Francisco or San Diego, but you're not going to find it in LA.
Right.
So, did you ever get to go to, like a tequila distillery and do a tour or anything like that ever?
I would say of anything, that's kind of bucket list for me. I really want to do that. I'm not sure when I want to do it. I always wanted to go down and do some motorcycle riding, like Baja motorcycle riding, but I want to go with the right people, and you never know. But I'm thinking about going down there. I'll tell you where I also want to go down there. I want to go see Chip Conley down at his Elder Academy down there. I really want to do that. So I told my wife we'd go back down soon. She's not a big tequila drinker, but I think the trip would be fun. And Ali, who works with me, Ali El-Bassouni, and I have been talking about doing a trip down there to the Jalisco region.
Right.
Learning what we can, because it's interesting. I think The Rock has a tequila now. I think there's a few people.
Glenn and I had it on the show a few weeks ago.
Did you? Really? Okay. So, and then since you do know your tequilas, Craig, I mean, as you know, we're really eating salad. I mean, because there's fiber in this. There's actually fiber in this, and fiber is a plant, and a plant is salad. And cheers. Here's some more salad.
Hey, cheers.
Some more salad. Gotcha.
So, did you say Chip Conley has a thing called Elder Academy?
Yeah, the Elder Academy.
Oh, that's disappointing, because that's actually the name of Craig and I's new boy band that we're putting together.
You were supposed to wait till the press release.
I'm sorry. Really,
but Jim, if you put that trip together to Mexico on the motorcycles and the tequila tour, let me know. I'd love to.
That should be something we should actually do. We should actually do that, and then maybe what we should do is, if we get enough people interested and can secure the logistics on that side, then turn it into some type of charity thing. I mean, let's, on top of that, let's go
Great
down.
idea.
Let's build something. Jack Van Hardesveld used to do that back in the day. Would go down and do a lot of orphanage work down there and stuff like that. And Andy Stein does a lot of that now through an Orphan Starfish and stuff like that. So he'd be a good one to have on your Friday night audit. I mean, he's former big time hotel lender.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. But I don't want to get too serious tonight. I'd love to talk about charities at some point, because it's so important. But we're talking tequila, and Dan's got a great point. It's not just the bottle, it's also the glass. People underestimate the importance of the right glass.
I agree with you.
Oh, you're absolutely so right. So look at that. That's beautiful.
Little the one with a little skull on it. Oh, that's a wonderful one. Yeah, that's good tequila.
What is that?
Azul?
Yeah.
That's Azul. Sorry, I don't have my collection at arm's reach.
All right, Gary's gonna ride. Hey, so listen, I can't ride motorcycles as a Jew. My mom would never let me do it. It's just but what I did do was I used that to my
sidecar.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to propose. Can I hang out in a sidecar? I want that little helmet and a scarf like from the 1920s. But I did use that anti-motorcycle thing. I said, hey, I'm going to be buying a motorcycle when I'm down in college. And the next thing I knew, I got my parents' old car, and they got
there you go
one. So it worked out really good for myself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think a few people have used that, and also I think a few people have gotten themselves in trouble by going ahead and having those motorcycles given to them by the local dealers who are happy to finance them at 22%.
Right.
Your credit's fine. You don't need your mom and dad.
God.
Your credit's fine.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm glad for my midlife crisis, I'm not going to go out and buy any sort of giant thing. I'll just go to a couple more fish shows and I'll be good to go. Anyway, now that I've already said 7 shows for this year, maybe I am in a midlife crisis and I don't realize it. I got to figure this out. Hey, Melissa, great to see you.
We should ask Mrs. Hausman if you are, because she'd be
Melissa.
the one who would realize.
Yeah. She thinks I've been in a midlife crisis since the day we met.
Yeah, I think I perpetually live there, Glenn. I really do.
Oh my God.
This has honestly been the most educational show we've had so far at this point. I can't even bring myself in because there's just too much good content. I don't bring anything good to this conversation.
You don't.
Yes, you do, Dave. Yes, you do, Dave. Say hi to Durain Lalani and to Andrea Depew, because we didn't get a chance to say so earlier. So here's your moment to shine.
I've been waiting for this moment. Hi, Durain. Hi, Andrea. Hi, everybody else. Really good. Ken's going Ken's going to a tequila event tonight. I saw Gary said that he's going to be.
Neighbor. We're building a place in Alpharetta and buying a place here, so we're in between different places. But we're adding something to the mix though, because I am going to add a beer to it. So it's
cool.
Local. This is
there
a
you
local.
Go.
I hold no interest in this company whatsoever, but they are from St. Paul, Summit Brewing. It's called Cabin Crusher Kolsch style ale with lime. So let's give it a try.
That's cool. Right. You're going to get a place out by your new corporate headquarters that you're debuting in January. That's cool.
Yeah. It actually. Oh, thank you for bringing that up. That was a great segue. I've been waiting to buy a place here, Glenn, to see where we were going to move the offices because I knew we were going to move the offices. I actually have a handy dandy. You probably can't see it on here.
Yeah.
Probably can't see the laser, but I have a handy dandy green laser, the illegal kind that you're not supposed to take outside.
Yeah, don't point that at an airplane, please.
Yeah, so and I've done this. I can shine it into my office from my apartment. That's how close. That's how close I live to where I work.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So how often
is Craig's hand up? Are you waiting to ask a question, Craig?
He's using a laser.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Tim's not the only one with a green laser. And I've got an airport that flies over me.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that story about the guy? I got to look it up, but he lived under an airport landing strip, and I think it was like Minnesota or Detroit where he lived. Yeah. But he put on his roof, "Welcome to Cleveland." Flying over.
Oh,
and it's landing.
Oh my God!
Actually, in Cleveland.
He is. I would make that guy a platinum member.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that is a great move.
Oh, breaking news! Carol says, "Handsome haircut, Sully." Notice nobody's saying that my haircut's any good. So, Craig,
thank you.
Hey, while you're at it, everybody, who's got the better haircut, Craig or myself? Come see our haircuts live in person next week at Alice in downtown LA. That's great, dude.
That's it.
Milwaukee.
That's fantastic.
Milwaukee's airport.
Oh, by the way, bring that back up for a sec. That other story was pretty hysterical as well. I don't know if you guys saw that in the news. It was a kid. It was you see the one with the baby being carried away by the bird?
Yeah.
I remember
His
that.
wife was worried about the dad taking care of the kid, so he did all these crazy Photoshop things about his kid in all these dangerous situations. It's really freaking funny.
I love it.
See that meme? Go check it out. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we're excited to see you, Durain. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guess you guys won't be seeing at Alice. This guy.
That's and a sigh of relief overtakes America.
I'll be sitting down
with the mask. I guess everyone's just going to head out. That outside is going to be overrun with people.
Yeah,
absolutely overrun.
Yeah, I really hope. I really feel badly for our buddy Jeff Higley. I wonder if they're going to try to move some of the meals outside, do some more of the stuff outside, try to make it more of an outdoor kind of thing. Because Craig, you get perfect weather every day, right?
Yeah, there's that. You know where the ballrooms are? That's a dead-end street down there. So you know what? Pay the $2, close the street, put tables out there, have service out there. I'll bet you they could rope up most of the square in between Staples and JW
honestly, right.
and do
just
that.
Do the, or if you want, do it state fair style down the street, or do it food truck style down the street.
Ooh,
but
like that.
We're all going to be outside because no one's going to want to be sitting there having. You're going to start to have a conversation with somebody, and they're going to say, "Can we just go outside?"
Yeah. We finally got a taste of normalcy. We're not going to be going back.
Right. I heard Ahoa is the same thing. I heard Dallas was masked.
It was tucked in an email that I just got. I was unfortunate.
I haven't seen my emails, so
it's very unfortunate. I didn't expect that in Texas, but
while this news is very disappointing, I think Durain has the best idea. Honestly, Durain, since I can't go, let's just cancel the whole thing. There's really no point to it happening.
Hey, if Durain is not holding court at Alice, put it on the back burner for next year.
We're
January.
The whole thing is falling apart now.
2022 style.
Let's
rapidly falling apart.
Let's bring it back together. Chris Stevens said, "Gentlemen, toast to our Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks so much for watching and
Happy
participating.
Friday.
Yep, and be sure you let everybody know how much you love Craig's haircut. It would mean a lot to him.
I said before the show, Craig's haircut was tremendous.
I'll tell you what, you guys
First
are embarrassing me here because you both got your hair cut. I went to get mine cut today. I waited 30 minutes. I'm like, are you ever gonna? So at the conference, I'm just going full on.
Love the hat.
Nice.
Love the hat.
We got Indiana Jim.
Love that.
Hat.
That is tremendous. That is a tremendous hat, Jim.
I think I just got to go.
Guys,
the whole time.
You don't get to lead a major hotel brand without a hat like that. I mean, that really, I'm sure that's what puts you over the top in your candidacy. Jim.
That's when they said, Jim, we'd like to offer you this job. Across the table came a box, and in it was the hat.
And it was the hat. The hat was there.
Hey,
But,
Jim,
yeah.
do you know Drew Hardy
Yeah.
from 24/7 Hotels?
Yeah.
This is all I've got left of an investment that I made with him.
So now
I
think Craig,
will tell you that I've come away with less.
I'll tell you that story at Alice. I'm not going to do it on the air.
I think
Drew's
Craig,
already climbing under a rock. And all fairness, Drew Hardy's a brother to me, and I always refer to him as 6 degrees because it's all 6 degrees of separation from Drew Hardy, not Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, Dale. Glenn is our fair-skinned Irish friend.
No, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him comment. I don't know what his deal is, but it was so funny because I was just thinking, Jim, you travel all the time. You've been traveling for decades and decades, and every single time I'm in a conversation with you, you just like nonchalantly throw out, "Oh, when I was in insert exotic place here," and then some sort of crazy story. But one time you were in Mallorca. What happened there?
So it was really interesting. So first of all, Sean is probably truly the finest leader I ever worked with.
And we are talking about, of course, Sean Worker, author of the incredible Adapters book, available now at Amazon.com. Might even feature Jim Alderman. Might even feature some writing by myself. All right, go on, sir.
I'm not featured or get a free copy of him. Did you, Dave?
So I mean, with just working with Sean, but he also we were visiting. I was running global development for Danziger at
Right.
Wyndham, and I was traveling with Cooperberg, like Batman and Robin, kind of, and
Right.
we just went. We tried to conquer the world together. But Sean takes us to go meet one of the finest human beings in the industry, Luis Del Olmo, at Malia.
Yep.
And works with Gabby. He's Daniel's father.
Uh-huh.
And so we're headed over there, and we show up. And first of all, Worker wants to get us there cheap because it's his budget. So we fly Ryanair. It's like $49.
Yeah.
$479 to check my luggage. For $49, the flight.
Yeah.
And I'm going, did we really save money here? I mean, I'm
No.
not getting Delta points for this. I know that.
Right.
But anyway, we get to Mallorca, which is phenomenal, right? I mean, it's like being in the Keys as far as it's Spain, which is kind of like Florida, as far as temperature wise and where it's located in Europe. But then there's Mallorca, which is often phenomenal. Malia's headquartered there, and we go to a Malia that's literally on the point of a bay carved into the rocks. I mean, they did stuff to the rocks there by building a cove that
Right.
you'd be jailed forever if you tried to do today. But they, years ago they did it, and we showed up, and we work for Eric Danziger, so we travel in coats and ties, right? Not even blazers
Really?
and open shirts. We're in coats, we're in ties, we're in Mallorca.
Oh my God.
It's
I
not.
couldn't take that.
Yeah, it's 90 degrees out. We look down at the pool, and I'm in a tie, and I look at Carson Cooperberg. He's in a tie, and Sean's in a tie. We look down at the pool, and there are about, I don't know, 5 people at the pool, but there are 3 women and 2 guys, and it's Spain. Remember what I said? It's Spain. Yeah. Okay, we are from the repressed United States and the doubly repressed Ireland.
Right.
So we're standing there, and of course, their pool attire is what you would traditionally find at a resort location in Spain.
Yep.
And so we look down at the pool, and they're three scantily clad guests. I mean, they're guests. This is a high-end hotel, and they just wear what they would normally wear. Ibiza is, in the same country, whatever. But they were just, they were three topless at the pool, and kind of looking at John, and I'm looking at Cooperberg, and I'm like, Danziger's not here. Do you think we're a little overdressed at this point in time? Because I mean, clearly, Spain. But no, it was always fun traveling with Sean. He ran international and did just a terrific job doing it.
Right. That's awesome. I wish travel was a lot like it used to be back in the good old days when, it was a little bit easier to get around. It's
when you could smoke on a plane.
Yeah. I actually remember those days.
I actually smoked on planes.
What?
Funny thing, I stopped that, and I never smoked in restaurants at a table. If I was at the bar, I did. Yes, I washed dishes at one point in time, and I kept seeing people putting their cigarettes out in dishes. And it's the worst thing in the world to ever look at and have to clean. So, it's like, nope, not. I want to enjoy my meal, and I'm not going to inflict this on anybody else. As soon as somebody else did light up a cigarette, I'd get up from the table and go somewhere else.
Yeah, no, I started a dishwasher also, 13 and a half years old, and
wow.
It is, working as a dishwasher in a full service restaurant in 1977 is like being a cabin boy on a pirate ship.
You guys mean to tell me there was a time in your lives you could smoke in restaurants?
Smoke in restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke in the back two rows of a
movie
plane,
theater.
and then in first class you could smoke at the bar on a 747.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I was alive. I think when the whole smoking restaurant stopped. I think I was like 12 or 13. But I do remember the smoking sections and all that good stuff.
Oh, it's been centuries now since I've done that, Glenn, of course.
Yep. Yeah. Right. Definitely. But, it was back in the day, very different. So, Jim, what's it like? You traveled all these years kind of on your own. You're kind of left to be on your own. Now you're CEO of a company. Travel's got to be different. You got to have people doing these things for you. You probably get to fly pretty classy. How's all that work as a CEO traveling?
It's different because when you're in development, you arrive at a hotel. Usually, if you're seeing hotels during the day, you arrive at a hotel at, dark 30. It's 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You're trying to out with a client, trying to do something. You get in, again, it's close to midnight, and then you're leaving generally to catch a flight or be, in the next whiskey bar, so to speak. By dark 30 in the morning, and you're out really early. So I'd be in and out of hotels all the time with no muss, no fuss. And it's different because you owe it to the staff to say hello. You owe it to the owner to stick around and say, hey, we should meet. I'm in town. And so you got to be thoughtful about that. There's no rushing in and rushing out. That's probably the biggest change. There's no, hey, and I did that recently when I came in for a charity thing. I did get to a hotel like 5 minutes before dinner and had to leave at 6 a.m. And it was, and the owner pointed out, hey, I wish you had stuck around a little bit longer. And I'm like, I know, but I was in town for something else, and I'm coming to see you in 2 weeks, which I am. Yep. Actually, next week. And so, it's that part's different, to be thoughtful enough to the people who want the FaceTime with you, because that just wasn't my position before. I didn't have that role in the company. I enjoy it. I like people, so I like to stick around and meet them. That part's different. I certainly enjoy, flying up front. Who wouldn't? But, there's, believe it or not, from time to time, there's actually ROI to it. There really is. I mean, you can run into people in that cabin that you might do a deal with.
Yep.
And it's happened.
Absolutely.
And I can even tell you even more so that it might do a deal with. I remember when I was working for Barry Sternlick.
Yep.
And was sitting next to someone who was with a rival firm. He didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. But he was talking about their deal that they were bidding on, which we were bidding on also out loud on the phone, and talking pricing and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, could you even imagine if Barry thought I was talking about a deal out loud in first class, but so, people are around. I mean, use your screen protectors if you have to, but I would, that's one of the differences. I would never open an unprotected screen on a plane. That if I had something to do on it, no way. People will look over your shoulder. But no, I'd say that it's mostly about being thoughtful and trying to see all those constituents that they're the reason why you exist. We exist because of our owners. We exist because of our guests, and we're able to deliver service to both of them because of the staff. And so stick around. That's really the biggest change, because other than that, it's not like we got a plane or anything, brother. I mean, we're not. I'm not Steve Holmes at Wyndham. I mean, he has a plane. We have zero Plano. The Carlsons did back in the day. I'm sure the Carlsons had a couple of planes, but they had Fridays, and they had. And they had CWT, and they had, and they're billionaires. And
so Jim, you're flying first class, you're in the business cabin, you're on the train, wherever you may be, and you're meeting people and you're talking deals, and you want to get some information. You want to get a little inside scoop as you're talking about here. So the big question is, what's your brand of tequila to go to get those mouths talking, to get that inside scoop?
I mean, on a plane, if it's on a plane, you have no. I think you're going to be stuck with Cuervo, aren't you? Do they even have Casamigos? They might have.
See. Here's the preparation.
A couple of them do. Yeah.
You can bring in your carry-on in several 3-ounce clear containers.
Yeah, you're not allowed to open them.
I think I would probably. I think for that, I think Casamigos sounds good as far as a traveling type thing. Plus, I mean, I love Clooney, and Randy used to be, partners.
By the way, Scott Gerber of the Gerber Group coming on No Vacancy Live next month, so we're looking forward to having him on.
Fantastic. Scott is a great business guy. I mean, that's
ask him about Midnight Oil.
Yeah, the whiskey. The first whiskey that he did. At the Paramount in New York, I tell you, that was that small little bar, and that hotel itself was a game changer for me completely. It completely, everything that I had considered and thought I knew about hotels, and I didn't anymore. And I was lucky enough to spend about 6 weeks living in that hotel in the mid 90s. Nice. I mean, before, so this was pre-Starwood.
Right.
Yeah.
Pre-Heavenly Bed.
Yeah. And it was really interesting because it was, I was with Ernst & Young, and I was actually valuing, appraising the World Trade Centers and the World Financial Centers and that type of stuff. And I was there for a long time. And so I was in that Paramount, but just think about the Paramount when there were no other Paramounts. There wasn't there weren't 55 other hotels in the city like that. There was the Morgans, there was the Royalton, and there was the Paramount. I mean, there in 1994, 1993, there wasn't much more. That was of that style, and Philippe Stark designed hotels.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, it was crazy. And then the way that Randy ran that bar, with the way that he outfitted the wait staff and the professional staff, and just the dark nature of it and everything, it was really cool. And that's why Barry wanted him for one of his partners early.
That's pretty cool. So, dude, now you got like properties like this going on, right? And we're in this crazy period of time. You came on as CEO right as this crisis was starting. But what it's done is it allowed everybody to hit that great reset button, like we talk about all the time, right? So, how are you thinking about innovating, not just your business, but as a human being and all of that kind of stuff? How do you approach it? How do you stay sharp? How do you put yourself in the mindset to be that next big creator as you're running this company?
We're trying to. It's hard to find a white space where someone doesn't operate. I mean, there's a niche for everything, and they almost all overlap.
Well, Jim, we're thinking about franchising the Houseman Resort Pool Club and Smokehouse over here. I think it's going to fit a perfect niche of hotels that are trying too hard and can't quite achieve. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. I'm surprised there isn't a combination barbecue hotel type of thing at this. At some juncture, we might get there.
We're just going to do a Smokehouse. It'll be great.
Okay, so, Glenn, music reference for you. You can call that blonde one Pig. You remember that one?
Remember what?
Blodwin Pig.
Blobbin Pig? What?
Blodwin.
No, I do not know.
English supergroup, guitarist out of Peter Green, the guy out of Jethro Tull, a couple of other people. They did 2 albums.
I had no idea. Anyway, Jim, sorry, I didn't mean to distract everybody with talk to the Houseman Pool Club Resort and Smokehouse. What were you? Go on with what you're saying about rethinking branding.
So we've got a lot that we want to look at, right? We don't really have an entry into extended stay, but you got to ask yourself: does the extended stay market need another 100% dedicated extended stay chain? I don't know.
Good question.
Jury's out on that. Where are we going to get traction with our owners? And
Right.
I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to lean pretty heavy into our best awareness is as Radisson. And so we're going to lean heavy with Radisson as the first name and develop some products and do some alignment of some products just around that, including Country Inn and Suites. Right now, Radisson it's Country Inn and Suites by Radisson. And so by the time you get there, it's the 6th name, and it's about that big compared to Country Inn Suites, which is this big. So we'll probably do some tweaking.
I'm being patient because I know you're going to do something big with that, and it's just a matter of when. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not asking Jim to comment on that right now, but I'm just going to. I think we'll all remain patient, and we'll.
I think when you come to our annual business conference, and
it'll be February in Vegas.
And do whatever part you're going to end up doing there, which I'm sure it's going to be something, and I just don't know what it is yet.
I think I'm hoping to work the coat room is what we were talking
about. So, just don't leave your wallet in your coat.
Yeah.
So we'll probably aim for some decent announcements at that time, and really lean into where our strength is in the mid scale and the lower end of the full service market, the attainable end of the full service market.
That's it. It's so interesting.
At what point? We're all about collaboration here on Friday Night Audit and making deals come together, as you were talking.
Well, I thought we were about just trying to insult each other.
That's my part. That's my part. That's the reason I was brought into this show, I feel. But I'm about to do a positive production for all of us. I envision partnering Jim at the bottom left of my screen with our good friend Jim Holthauser of Focus Brands, and maybe put together something called Alderman's Tacos, Tequila, and Sweets.
Ooh.
You can have tacos, tequila till you can't stand it anymore. Go right upstairs to your suite. It's named after Jim. We have Jim on TV screens giving all these various tequila tasting and lessons. I think I just crushed the Houseman Pool House.
It's funny you say with Focus Brands, because we're looking at for some natural tie-ins on things that would resonate with guests. And so I look at some of the Focus Brands, some of the Inspire brands, and there's some cool things we could partner up with there. We're not the only one to ever think about that.
Yeah.
And I look around here locally and we've got some interesting chains in Minneapolis that started here that are known for being chains here, like Dairy Queen is from here. I mean,
really?
Something like that. Caribou Coffee, stuff like that. I think Buffett bought Dairy Queen, didn't he?
I don't know.
It was started here. It's from here.
Yeah.
And so there's some, this is an interesting place. There are a lot of things to lean into. I mean, you've got General Mills down the street. You've got Cargill. You've got all kinds of. I love collaborations. I see that. I see that almost as the future. It's hard to see any kind of retail collaboration these days that doesn't automatically sell out.
Right.
I mean, when Todd Snyder does something with Timex, the watches sell out.
Mm-hmm.
When he does something with Adidas, the shirts sell out. I mean, you could get them, but then you can get them in extra small. And what grown ass man is extra small? I mean,
at least 3 of us are not.
Hey.
But there's I collab. More interesting collabs in the hospitality space would be cool, and it's going to be a way to differentiate yourself from the house of 10,000 brands. I mean, it's great. I'd love to have 30 phenomenal brands, but we've got to look where our strengths are, and so collaborations may be part of that. That is some stuff that we're looking at as to what natural fits would be, but it's hard to look at what you're going to do with it, because what am I going to do? I can't give away ice cream at the hotels, because now I'm eating into the margin of my owners, so it's
what you could do though, Jim, speaking of collaboration, is anybody out there that wants to get their extra small Grumpy Glenn or Friday Night Audit t-shirts, they can go where, Glenn and Craig?
Redbubble, the Aloha Craig store.
There you go. Glenn got it right. I held back. I wanted to see if Glenn got it right. So yes,
every week
you can buy Grumpy Glenn merch and Friday Night Audit merch on Redbubble at the Aloha Craig store.
Nice. Coming real soon. I just ordered some of these bad boys. So
nice. That's a good logo. That's a really good logo.
Yeah, isn't that fun, man? I love it.
Yeah, that's fun.
That works. That works.
Yeah,
I'm not one to toot my own horn, but of course Craig drops out again. Typically one per show, so there's our normal Craig drop.
Well, he was aware that you were about to start speaking, so he just did what he
took off. I get it, but I'm going to pat myself on the back here for a sec. My transition skills into promos have gotten so much better over the last 21 episodes.
It is an art.
It's
an art.
It's how we have, and of course our friend Amy has bought a fair amount of shirts. Everybody out there, Jim is actually stocking every Radisson property in the country with Grumpy Glenn t-shirts. I heard that happening, right, Jim? Got a couple more shots of you in that. Maybe that actually be true.
Everyone that we own, I will put them in.
Jim, of course, that's that light company. They don't own any hotels. Okay.
Hey, Jim, let me ask you. You opened up a beautiful hotel in Orange County in Anaheim.
Yes.
California, with me, it's California, California, California.
Yeah.
Expansion in the state. I mean, you've got an outstanding product.
Right.
What's going on the development side here in California? Now, you've got Shane Scubas, who is a gentle giant and a world-class franchise development person.
Yeah. Now
covering the area. I mean, it's going to be exciting for you.
It is. Now that we've got Scoops there, look, as I said before, we've got at the helm, we've got Phil Hugh.
Yeah.
And
great guy.
And you know him. And Phil is better at this than I ever was on my best day. He is better than I was as a chief development officer.
Yeah.
He is tireless. There's no one in the industry is ever going to outwork Phil Hugh, ever.
Yeah.
And I've worked with some great ones. I have a ton of respect for all of them everywhere, but I just know what it takes to be where we are in our evolution and to be getting deals done. So he's really growing the heck out of the Radisson brand, and I need to partner with him and some of the people internally to do some work on getting that revved up and getting that same energy in the Country Inn and Suites brand. So that's why we're gonna we're gonna work on a few things and probably lean a little bit heavier into the franchise ranks and more of kind of from a franchise advisory type council type thing. We have a development advisory council right now, but that may not go far enough as far as seeking the input of the franchisee and the buy-in, so they do more. We have plenty of people that own 8, 9, 10 of these things,
right?
But I want their next 8, 9, or 10 to be with us, or at least give me a couple of them. I don't have to have all. I'm just trying them out every once in a while, and we want to grow, and our plans in the state are to take advantage of the footprint we have. We manage a great Radisson in Sunnyvale that we were just about ready to get the F&B right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pandemic came, and so we need to get the F&B right now. It's just called the RBG Grill, and I heard about it, and there was some concepting that went behind it. And,
does everybody have to wear a judicial robe?
See, Glenn, that's what I actually said. As I said, taking a look at the numbers of the restaurant, I said, okay, this is fine, but I actually think that we could have sold RBG T-shirts in black and gold and maybe made more than we made in the restaurant.
That sounds like the perfect location for the initial
That's an interesting point.
Alderman tacos, tequila, and sweets.
It might be because I think what we're going to lead into, Dave, is ghost kitchens. That way we could do tacos, we could do pasta, we could do whatever. And I think a lot of these full service big kitchen assets are in an area like Sunnyvale are going to do better as a ghost kitchen and run 4 or 5, 6 brands out of there.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Yeah,
it's funny you bring that up, Jim. Is we had a gentleman on the show a few weeks ago, and we're talking to, and he was also on my show. And Ghost Kitchens is a big part of their program, and it's going to be one thing that's in house, and for the rest of the neighborhood, it'll be their brand. And I also had one of the principals from Hager Design International on my show, and all he does is F&B, and he's doing a lot of ghost kitchens right now.
Right.
And I think that's going to be part of it. And I think that also elevates our game inside the hotel footprint because, face it, some of us are not real good at food and beverage. Right. So, if you've got this opportunity, strike now while the iron's hot. So
right. I've been seeing some interesting stuff. Like that industry is adapting so rapidly that it's almost over adapting too rapidly. Because from what I see is you can like license even parts of menus. Like you can I'll serve the Guy Fieri hamburger here.
Yep.
And I'll serve the something else, and I'm like that's really parsing it down. But if you think you know what your demand is and you can do it, I think it's.
Well, why serve the Radisson burger when you could serve it with that brand name connection that you were just talking about to heighten the visibility and capture that interest in a more efficient way?
Right. I mean, what I wanted
the Houseman burger.
Yeah, what I wanted to do at that Radisson Red that we have in Minneapolis is I was like, well, certainly at some of the fact that Jinjiang International is the second largest hotel company in the world, somewhere at some of their hotels or establishments in China will probably be some of the best noodles any of us have ever eaten, right? I mean, it's just, they're going to have that. So that's not hard to do. Why don't we find that dude and we put in this red noodle truck and serve the best noodles on the face of the planet, but be able to do that out of the same kitchen. They can do a burger, can do whatever. Right. But I think that with these giant kitchens in these suburban full service hotels, Ghost Kitchens is going to be the savior. It's going to be Ghost Kitchens, or these things are going to get torn down.
Yeah. Right. And I think it also expands the choice for the customer through those brands that they're familiar with.
That's it. Especially when they really start to develop that brand following. Like when that type of Thai recipe that everyone wants is the same one in each one of these, and it doesn't matter where it is, but that's run by this group. Well, they have this version of Thai that I like.
Right.
Then you're gonna and look, a recipe's a recipe. And what's really interesting is some of this cooking that's done. And I mean, if they go the sous vide route, then they can do anything they want. But we use these things called rational ovens where we can download anything that we want. The directions to cook anything, we just download them. Anytime they come up with something new, they just update it over Wi-Fi. And it'll cook a roast on one rack, lobster on another,
it's crazy,
and bake a cake on another. And you're like, how in the world is that even possible? But it is.
You know what's crazy in those along those lines, Jim? I was listening on the radio the other day, and this guy was talking about he owns a craft brewing company up in upstate, and they have technology now where if they use, I think it's distilled water, where it's like it's the purest water. There's no minerals. There's nothing like that, right? They have software and machinery that they can actually create water from different parts of the world to create a specific type of beer. So they can create the water concentration, sodium content, calcium of like say Belgium, and they can create a Belgian brew from upstate New York.
I thought it was to say Coors. I really did.
Because I'll tell you, and any Irishman will tell you, a Guinness in Ireland does not taste like a Guinness in Malaysia.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy, this is some guy on the radio, right? How true this is, I don't know. But you said he can create the water concentration of any part of the world as long as he starts with a zero-base water, which is distilled water. So
and if you start with it's what's interesting about that, I don't know if you can ever completely capture the nuances, but there's still plenty of places in Florida that advertise bagels made with New York water.
New York water, yeah.
And
that's what the conversation was happening.
New York water out of the tap does taste completely differently than Central Florida water, which tastes like it has sulfur in it.
Speaking of which, very relevant bagel-related comment. On Tuesday's No Vacancy Live, Adam Burke, the CEO of LA Tourism, is daring to bring his bagels to No Vacancy Live to try to prove that they're better than New York's bagels, right? Thank you,
They
Jim.
are not, and that's a lie. Okay.
Tune in to this sham on Tuesday, 9 a.m. live. We're going to be coming at you from the
This is not the shameless plug segment, Glenn. But we have actually a very important question from Mr. Mike McManus. I wanted to get in there for Jim. Is there opportunities for locally owned restaurants, retail establishments to get involved with hotel development, or is it more on a corporate level?
No, always. But as you understand, we're 99.9% franchise, so it's always going to be with the local owner. But where a local is the right answer. I'd rather make a little bit of money from a lot of people than no money from a few people, because that's what happens if you have a few people in a hotel restaurant. You don't make any money. So if I got to do a license deal or a JV deal with a local restaurant operator who's got a following, 100% you want to
take it in a heartbeat. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know who wouldn't. I always think you want that, but also, Glenn, if you haven't yet found it, it's a little bit of a walk from the hotel. The Phil's Coffee in downtown LA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, truly,
I haven't. I'll have to check that out.
PHILZ, which I know you like the spelling.
You will. You love it.
It's truly it's the best coffee in the country. It's really fantastic. It's a chain.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Ooh.
Unlike the bagels in California, and Glenn, you can tell that person he can send bagels down to me in Newport Beach, because it does not exist. You and I have had this conversation for years. California bagels and croissants, we do okay. But Kaiser rolls and bagels, we do not. They all suck here. But Jim makes a great point.
Kaiser rolls and bagels was a great polka band, I believe, weren't they?
I think you played in that band, didn't you?
Yeah. It's the name of my next album.
Yeah. Jim's got a great point. You bring in the right food and beverage component, and we built a hotel up in Northern California. It was 64 keys. We found an executive chef who created the menu and everything else, and he was like a year, maybe 2, away from getting a show on the Food Network, so he didn't have any attitude or anything else. And this guy created a menu that was unbelievable. Glenn and I were there for the opening, and they did sliders, and unbelievable. They were made from beef. Okay, you had no idea.
This is the first time
it was a non-meat product.
Yeah, no idea. Like, I ate 2 or 3 of these things. I'm like, this is a great burger. And then someone's like, hey, it's vegetarian.
Yeah.
Craig, that was our secret, man. Come on.
I had money. What can they say?
Speaking of food, Glenn, you know what I was thinking about the other day was that amazing burger from Xena. I feel like I need to make a trip back down to DC just to have the Xena burger.
We had this. We were at Hotel Xena down in DC. Coincidentally, focused on empowering women, had a great Ruth Bader Ginsburg mural over there. They also had an amazing burger and a fantastic chicken sandwich. Dave loved it so much. We were going up to the to the casino to do a show the next day. He goes, "I'll show up later. I got to get a burger."
So was that Hotel Xena? Was that one of Pebblebrook's?
I think it is Pebblebrook.
It is because we had Pebblebrook's before the show.
Yeah. John likes naming those things Z names.
Yeah.
So Daniel says, "Yo,
phenomenal hotel."
He says, "What's up, Dave?"
Yo,
I'm late. So yes, Daniel, you literally joined for the last 60 seconds. So welcome.
Oh, Daniel knows the best part of the show. You know what?
Wait. Melissa wants to know, Jim, what was the verdict in that local beer?
It's outstanding. It really is. I'm not a beer guy either. Cabin Crusher Kolsch style ale with lime. Might be a little too fancy for people and say, why don't you just drink like a grown up and drink a Budweiser? But I will tell you,
don't do that. It's bad for your health.
It's fantastic.
Look at the color on that.
It's really good. It's like
looks like it has a nice body.
It's like probably a richer shandy.
Nice.
Also, someone keep a tally because we've been taking away Amy's get out of jail free cards for the shirts that she bought. I think she had like 6 left. I haven't seen her say anything on the comments today so far, so I'm assuming she's not
I don't know if
watching.
she joined us. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So
all I know is I want to meet Jim at a bar in Dublin. I think we would have a lot of fun.
For sure. Not great tequila though.
No. We'll have Guinness.
But you know what though? Irish whiskey, I actually do prefer Irish whiskey to bourbon. I know that's a sin. I get it. Just hold your comments. I don't care. I like Irish whiskey.
You call yourself an American.
I like it. I just like the taste better. I like a Jameson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta agree.
Jameson and green tea, by the way, is one of my favorite combinations.
Is it green tea?
Yes.
I never thought of that before.
It's actually really, really good. What's it called? I think it's called just like a green tea shop. But I mean, I've actually had like a mixed drink. Very good.
That's coming from a guy who puts cheese and ketchup on a hot dog, okay?
You know what's funny? Before the show, the reason I was late to the pre-show was because I was actually running around Manhattan trying to find a hot dog stand to get and eat a ketchup-filled hot dog on the show. And believe it or not, my typical guy wasn't there today. Let me down. I guess he took Friday off. He's down the shore maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well, whatever. That's a shame. But the good news is we got this coming right up. That's right. We had no shame before. Now we really get to have no shame. Free It's Plug-a-Palooza. Jim Alderman, what do you got for us?
What I got for you, Glenn, is 3 hot dogs with ketchup to show Craig.
Touche. I love it.
That was lunch 2 days ago.
Beautiful.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
Actually, on like thin whole wheat bread, that's all I had.
Good job. Good job.
What Jim means to say is franchise a Radisson Red today.
I will come and cook hot dogs for you with ketchup.
If anybody out there was on the fence about which hotel company to partner with, that should tell you right now Radisson's the way to go. Okay? The leader of a company can make you a sophisticated, and I'm dead serious, a sophisticated culinary choice like that, because that's how I like my hot dogs. If he can make a choice like that, that's the kind of guy you need on your team.
There you go. But hey, come see Phil, come see Shane, come see our great franchise sales team. We'd be happy to come meet you. You want to do a deal? Come see me. I'll do a deal with you.
Yeah, Jim will be hanging out by the taco truck outside, so we don't have to be hanging out inside. Dave, what do you got, buddy?
As always, Times Square today. We're going to be doing another episode real soon. Of course, August is coming. We have No Vacancy Live. Now, Glenn, I'll let you kind of talk about this when you get to your shameless plug, which takes forever anyway. But next week, a bunch of awesome No Vacancy Live shows on location with some amazing people. Glenn already teased one. I'll let him tease the rest of them. But also, we are going to have the brand new version. Craig, do you want to share our new hashtag?
Yes, I do. And this does not cut into my time. But we know Glenn's coming to L.A. And you know what? Bring it up, David. Glenn is gone Los Angeles. Your Porsche was delivered for you to drive. Your rental is here. Now, okay, when Glenn's in LA, he never takes off his sunglasses and he stops wearing socks and he's driving a Porsche. So he's definitely gone to LA. And this is hashtag Grumpy LA Grumpy Glenn. So look for him in that silver 911 turbo whatever Porsche. So he'll be there.
I would like to thank you all for thinking I'm man enough to drive a stick. So
they're automatics now, Glenn. You don't need to worry about that.
Oh, that's so embarrassing, though.
Thank goodness, Craig.
And then I want to plug us. Okay, we're having a great time on this show. Our sponsor, Commercial Green Solutions, is supporting us. We'll be more than glad to take other sponsors on, of course. But you know what? We want your suggestions for what we should do with this show. Now, I've got a great one. I think
most people are just saying end it right now in the comment section.
I want Glenn and I to be sponsored and be in business class for 24 hours. Okay? I think that makes a great show. Glenn and I, business class, 24 hours.
Where are you guys flying to that's going to be for 24 hours?
He flies here, and you know what? We don't have to leave the United States or its territories. He flies here. We jump on a plane from L.A. We go to Guam. We come back to Guam, to Hawaii, to Puerto Rico, and then we come back to the continental United States. So
way.
Glenn and I in business class for 24 hours.
You know what's going to happen, though? We're going to have a great business leader like Jim on. Jim's going to be talking about Radisson. Somebody in business class is going to overhear it.
I know.
And there's going to be a whole problem.
That's too funny. All right, next week on No Vacancy Live, we have the incredible Ellie Malouf, CEO of IHG Americas, on Monday. On Tuesday, we got the Bagel Challenge and some other surprises. On Wednesday, we got the franchise team from Sonesta. You're going to be sharing details, and Jim, they're going to try to make you nervous. We'll see what happens. Good guys over there, but we love you even more. I will also say, I want to thank you guys for all the support, all the great vibes that you give us each and every week. Next week, I'm going to be coming at you from the incredible Hampton in Poughkeepsie because I'm taking my kids on a college tour, so I'm going to be on location. Week after that, we'll be live at the HOA for the special Friday night audit. And, of course, we'll be doing a show, a special Friday night. Friday the 13th, we'll be in Atlantic City doing a live show from there. Friday the 20th, I'll be in Mexico doing a Friday night show from there. Damn. So good to be back on the road.
Traveling Glenn!
Yeah. But you're definitely going to want to tune in on Friday the 13th for that show because me and my boys, we're going to go see the first Fish show. Also, congratulations, Fish. Tonight's their first show in nearly 2 years. So I'm excited for that.
And you're not going to be there?
It's in Arkansas.
That sounds like
I saw that.
That sounds like a half-assed friend.
They're not going to allow Glenn in Arkansas. He's too liberal.
And there's a lot of shows scheduled, Glenn, right now that overlap with everything we're doing in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to be in Dallas to do Friday Night Audit live on location?
Yes. We'll be
August 4th.
We'll be doing it from the No Vacancy studio at the Dallas Convention Center. I think it'll be on Wednesday, August 4th. So come on by my studio there. You can watch and have a drink with us.
And you and I will be in the same room at the same time with an audience.
Yep. It'll be really super awesome.
And I'll be in my jail cell.
All right, let's wrap this up. Jim, you stay right there. We're going to end this show. Have a good time, and we'll see you all next week right here on the Friday Night Audit.
Aloha.